Hey, it's Brian Mudd. This is my cheat sheet for Tuesday, May 29th. Hope you really enjoyed your weekend and hope you took a few moments to honor those who have allowed us to enjoy this past weekend and all the future ones as well. All right, 84,000. That's the magic number right now. What am I talking about? You know how we've had this situation where some people just drop out of the employment picture and we don't know what happened to them? Well, it happens because once the government number we use for unemployment, and that is the benchmark, we're going to get the latest number from May on Friday, it only counts people that are on unemployment benefits that either get a job and leave unemployment benefits or use all their unemployment benefits and run out. Once that process has run its course, you're no longer counted as part of the overall unemployment percentage. We know that many people have just exhausted their unemployment benefits and thus just aren't counted anymore, but now we know the exact number. Digging through so far in 2012, it turns out that the average per month is 84,000. That's how many people per month use all of their unemployment benefits, still don't have a job, but still need work. So it's a pretty sizable chunk. You do the math, and that's nearly 1 million people per year, which explains why the unemployment rate continues to stay a little bit lower than it had been, and in some months even drop, despite the fact that generally we're not creating enough work to keep up with all of the existing demand out there for employment, plus the population increase. So it'll be that much more interesting as we get this Friday's information to try to factor in the 84,000 and see what the real employment picture looks like. By the way, the actual unemployment rate when you factor in these 84,000 people per month is closer to 9.5%. Estimates range 9.5 to 9.9. 34%, here's another number for you. 34% of all companies say that they are having a serious problem finding key talent. Now, as we continue to have this unemployment problem, this gets back to an issue we've talked about, specialized positions. Bottom line is, if you need an engineer to work for your company, it doesn't matter that you have 100,000 people that aren't engineers that might be vying for a position, right? It means you need the right people for the job. So 34% of people, companies continue to say they can't find skilled people. So if you're looking for jobs, or if you have your kids who are entering school and they are excited to work for potential companies, find out what those companies are looking for. Find out what the needs are, and then see if you can't get educated to fit the need of that particular company. And that's much better job security too. By the way, engineers, those continue to be the most sought-after personnel around the world, not just here in the United States. FCC. The FCC is looking for your input. This is a very honest moment by the FCC. I kind of respect them for this. In so many words, they've said that it's been 5 years since they took major industry-wide action in trying to keep security up to date on cellular service provider networks. We have stories seemingly every other week about some kind of vulnerability that we have on our cell phones or our smartphones. The FCC is basically saying, look, technology changes so fast, we're having trouble keeping up. So we want your input. Do you think that your cell phone service provider is doing enough to keep you secure? And if you want to do this, I actually have the link to the FCC going up on my physical cheat sheet today. They're going to take the responses from you and try to steer their efforts as they look towards greater privacy in the future based around what your biggest concerns are. So, now, you can be part of the solution potentially here. And legit work-at-home opportunities. Bankrate has identified several. I'm putting them all up on my physical cheat sheet, but I'll actually focus on two that I think are pretty good legit opportunities. You know how online school continues to be popular? We continue to see a greater than 10% increase year over year in the number of students that are actually taking higher education courses online. And the need for instructors for those courses continues to grow as well. One of the best overall opportunities work at home right now is in higher education as an online instructor. Doesn't mean you necessarily have to be a professor. They're not all that skilled in nature. Some are, some aren't. But I have more information on my physical cheat sheet about that. And by the way, another one that looked along the lines of what I thought was the best was a virtual assistant. As more and more companies are no longer keeping a physical office, especially sales operations, they'll let people work from wherever they want to work. Having a virtual assistant, basically a secretary or an adjunct, based out of wherever they want to be, like in their own home, for example, becomes more and more viable. Check out the physical cheat sheet for all the opportunities. That is it for today. Enjoy yours. See you tomorrow.